Hello and welcome to GameHammer Classic Gaming, where today we're not talking about an old game, we're talking about something that I saw demonstrated. It's a beta test, but it was demonstrated quite well at the recent National Festival of Railway Modelling. This is Train Sim World VR. So what we've got here is an interesting take on the old style of simulator. You take the role of a train driver, and it's a very much arcade version of what you would see in something like Train Sim World. I happen to have played 1, 3 and 4 of Train Sim World, and they're all very good, but this is what I was looking forward to. The more than anything else, the moment I heard about Train Sim World VR, I knew I had to have a go, because I'm a big advocate of VR. It's the next level. If you want proper simulator, you've got to feel like you're actually there, and this does that in a really good way. So it's all about driving a small commuter train around New York. And the line I was on had me driving through Harlem. So we get to drive through what is actually quite a decent representation of New York on a little commuter train. And it's the type of thing you would see on like the metro system here in the UK, something like that. Very few controls, and you've got your accelerator, the on-off key, and a horn. That's all you really need for this kind of train. So turn the key to turn the train on, move the accelerator forward or back, trying to keep within the speed limits, and also, and this is where the arcade stuff comes in and what I really liked, trying to maintain the speeds to match what the arcade requirements are to score some extra points. I thought that was pretty cool, because I know that a train simulator can feel quite a dry experience for a lot of people, but instead of just having the speed limits on the side and like, alright, I better move down or move up, which is what you would normally get in a simulator, this instead gamifies it. So this area has a requirement that you go at, let's say, 30 miles an hour. Instead of just having the speed on the sign and pulling back a little bit so that you don't go over the speed. Instead, it has the speed on the sign, but it also has a big yellow arcade gate. Right, you go through here at the right speed, you get more points. Gamifies the entire experience. All of a sudden, the speed limit, that's interesting. I really like that aspect of it. So of course, I tried to hit the points. Didn't actually achieve it, but I did try to hit the points, and it was a great feeling. But what was even more impressive was that the entire cab felt like it was right around me at all times. I was looking out of the window to see what was going on, but I was also looking out the window over to the side to have a look around New York, because of course I would, and every part of the cab was there. It looked brilliant. It felt good. But more importantly, as someone who suffers immensely from travel sickness, I didn't feel sick while driving the train. That is a great thing. Whatever they've done to make sure that you feel comfortable sitting in your seat as the train is moving, even though your eyes are telling you things are moving, but the inner ear is telling you that you're not, whatever they've done to calm that down has worked incredibly well. I was amazed, because I always have the issue of stuff like that. When I play my little dogfighting simulator on my Oculus Quest, I can do one mission, maybe, before I start getting sick and have to take a break. Not a problem with this game. I was really impressed. But what was also impressive is the fact that in standard Train Sim World, you can have a wander around and there's stuff to do on the stations. You can refill the newspapers, you can refill the water bottles, you can make sure the signs are there on the routes, things like that. And it always adds up, and like, yeah, you've got 13 out of 50 or something like that. And it makes you want to have a look around and experience the world outside of the train as well. Well, that's in this as well. And the navigation, I like how they've done it. I know that they're going to bring in control where you can move the thumbsticks and glide around. I will not be using that, because that will set off my travel sickness. Instead, you use the other thumbstick to target an area, and then when you're released, you jump to it. Brilliant. Works every time. So I was having a look around, and there are things to collect. I like this. We found a little train, or at least a train carriage, And we picked that up, took a photo of it, and this, that, and the other. When you're in the walk around mode, there's always a camera just in front of you, and you can pick it up and take photos. I tried to take a selfie. I wasn't in it. It's just one of those things. I don't know whether selfies will be in it eventually, because I know that on the Meta Quest 2 that I have, which it does work with, by the way, then you see that you've got your character, your kind of avatar, which you can see in the home area and when you go into Horizons and all of that. So you can see yourself in certain aspects. That wasn't a thing in this game, and I don't know whether they'll bring that in as compatibility or what. In Train Sim World, you get to design your person and things like that. So perhaps it'll happen. Again, this is a beta, but at this point, I thought, I'm going to see what happens. So I turned the camera around, took a selfie. Wasn't in it, but what was great is it's a Polaroid camera, so the image comes out the bottom of the camera, and then you grab it and you shake it, and then it develops. That was just, it's the icing on the cake, guys. I had the biggest grin when playing this game. I know I'm gushing, but it is that good. I was hoping it would be brilliant, and it absolutely blew all of my expectations out of the water. Because those photos and those collectibles that we found on the exploration mode, they're back at your flat. So there's an apartment mode as well. It's where you start the game. And there's little shelves that will fill up with your collection of things that you've found in the wandering around mode. There's a little table with a green and red button on it. That turns out to be your train set. As you find the little things like the carriage that we found, you can put them on there and you'll unlock bits of track as you're going through the game as well. And you can have a train set in your flat inside this game. So it's a game within a game. And I thought that was just brilliant. It's like the icing on the cake. And then over on one wall is a lanyard. So this is what you'd be wearing when you're in the carriage doing your job. Not only is it a lanyard with your little character's face on it, so I wonder, are they bringing in the design from Train Sim World, or are they bringing in your avatar from standard Meta Horizons and all of that? I don't know yet, because it wasn't there yet. Remember, this is a beta, and not everything's there. But on the wall with the lanyard, there's a set of pins, like mission tags. When you've finished certain things and you've passed certain conditions, you get a little pin. You can put a load of them on your lanyard. So as you're in the game, you'll have the pins down your lanyard. How cool is that? So you can actually display your achievements in the game. I thought that was amazing. I love this game. I've got it on order now. I've wishlisted it already. Day one purchase for me. Absolutely. It was a lot of fun. And I was talking to Iron Horse Railways as we were going around, and he was watching as I was playing this, because, you know, the Oculus has the ability to stream. So he could see what I was doing. And I think he was blown away as well, but my goodness. I had the biggest grin, and I need to see this game. Guys, here's some extra footage. Not covering what I've just done, just extra footage, so you can see just how good this game is. So what do you think of that? Personally, I think this is an absolute must. If you're into train simulators, or you just want a fun game on your VR system that you can just keep coming back to and build up all your achievements, I think this is definitely one. I'm going to be getting it I'd love to know if you are too. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I don't normally gush about new games because I am all about the retro, but some things, they're worth having a look at. Until next time, guys, thanks for joining me. Have a great evening, take care, and happy gaming. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey82, Mo Henry, and George Bortorini. Thank you so much, guys.